Log recording. It's 1:44 in the afternoon. It's December 31st, 2023. We are in John C. Roseman, California. The diary of the griever named John Weaver, which would be me. We have a problem, boys and girls. It seems the vaulted independent media, what the hell they call themselves these days? I don't know what the hell they call themselves these days. About fools and idiots. They love to find out controversy, but they do half homework. Based off of one particular story, yeah, I'm going to write them on this one. Group called the Damage Report. It's been out there for years. Problem is, they're hooked up with TNT and they still don't do their homework right. Yeah, I even picked on TNT for this one here. A Massachusetts school, a middle school, gets harangued by an anonymous phone caller to law enforcement. The law enforcement comes over there to find a book to pull it out. Queer book. Yeah, I'm getting into the controversy at this point over here. Massachusetts, according to the official records and also to any uh, news research I've been trying to do on here, I haven't seen the reasons for the book to be banned. I haven't seen any reasons for any, um, do I call it book Nazis? I mean, that's kind of strong, harsh language to use. But if we have these groups out there who are going to be forcing the law enforcement to try to ban books, they're no better than the ones I keep reading about from Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. Are cops allowed? Are cops allowed and entitled to destroy property, public and personal, to destroy books? Are they? And are they now allowed to go into your home to search for books? Hello, Majority Report. No, not Majority Report. Majority Report don't get this one screwed up like crazy. I swear they don't. Because seeing some of these independents out there who are not doing their verification, oh my God, are they that desperate to do the shock value? My God, they're no worse than Trump. They're no worse than Trump. And they want this. The damage report is what is those groups hooked up with the Young Turks. I thought they had value. I thought they actually had something credible, but apparently they don't. They want to keep shocking the audience. They want to keep doing the things like everybody else does, even in the corporate media, is to brainwash your ass, I guess. I thought I had issues with the programming of YouTube and Google from their advertisement bots to lock me into a certain box to be mesmerized and brainwashed. I go to college, guys. I have to have my critical thinking cap on. I have to look and study and analyze things left and right. I watch this stuff for mild amusement, but this one really pissed me off. Not just the researching, but the story that they got screwed up left and right, if it actually was legitimate. Oh, they're going to be screaming on that one. Especially when I had a state apologizing to a middle school for the snafu and the story made public. But unfortunately, it wasn't broadcasted left and right because we're nearly at the year's end. And we're also in the holiday season, and we're dealing with the Trump cycles, and we're dealing with Israel and its situation. What else would you call it? Massacre, annihilation, genocide, pandemic of the humans. And what about Ukraine? Massive egomaniac at work who wants to rule the world, and therefore he'll squash Ukraine to do his first bidding. They have to abide by his rules, otherwise he will squish them. And they're firing back missiles at Moscow for that one. Good. They deserve to get their ass kicked in Moscow. Putin, you asked for it, you asshole. You asked for it. Now you're getting it. And if they happen to sneak into Moscow, probably into your bedroom, think that one over, schmuck. Meanwhile, Hamas, in their way of trying to get attention, had really blown this damn thing up to kingdom come. Did they really expect Israel was going to be handling themselves with kid gloves, or do we have a genocidal wipeout of the Palestinians? So, why am I getting worked up about a book ban that they don't have publicly and no laws passed for it? When you have cops coming into a school looking for a book because somebody else reported this was a bad book and it should not be there, it's not being enforced. So now you have to have the cops going in there. They have to have probable cause. They need search warrants. They just can't barge right into a damn school. That's violating civil rights right there. They have to have warrants. This is the due process. Did they actually think about this one? Even their guest on there, did they actually figure that one out? I'm not a legal expert, but I've taken a few political science classes, and I've seen things. Doesn't make me an expert in the judicial system, but I understand that we have a due process system according to the U.S. Constitution. Are we now having state law officers violating these constitutional rights of everybody now? Should we now actually add flamethrowers to their mix to burn places down, possibly? Because there might be a law in the state to constitute this? I mean, if you're seeing all the ramifications I'm seeing at this point, yeah, it means I read books in my lifetime. I've come across stories like that. I've seen movies. Little pieces of elements that authors like to write about truth or what their viewpoints are, put them in fictional states to make a point. If we actually have book burning laws passed in states that would have been made apparent, that would have been in the news cycles like crazy. And there would have been people protesting about this one. Did we hear any protests happening in Massachusetts concerning about book banning in that place? And did they authorize law enforcement officers to go into schools for search and seizure without a warrant? Did you guys actually do it though? I guess not. I guess nobody did their homework. Does this make me elitist? No, it just makes me more aware. It makes me more aware of what's happening these days because people don't do their fucking homework. Now, I'm speaking from a guy who had problems in school because I thought the school was boring as hell. I'd had issues learning stuff over there, but I should have been paying attention more and more to it. Maybe the meat and potatoes of what the instructors and professors and teachers were trying to teach me during those golden years of being from a teenager to an adult. It should have stuck with me. But watching things happening in life, seeing how the political system was going, oh my God. Pause. Take care of my dog. CBS News popped out a story on this one. But they also made an apology. But they were reporting that Massachusetts was making an apology to the middle school and to the librarian that this was affecting a great deal. It just pisses me off that when you got these knowheads out there making all these damn accusations left and right, they don't bother getting their facts straight on this one. Okay, from CBS News. The article is Massachusetts apologized for gender queer book search in middle school. Massachusetts police apologized for searching an 8th grade classroom this week for the often banned book Gender Queer after an unidentified person complained about it containing pornographic images. Body cam footage and police reports obtained and released Thursday by the Daily Beast showed a plainclothes officer coming to Great Barrington's W.E.B. Du Bois regional middle school after classroom hours and speaking with an English teacher saying, "You can't present that kind of material to people under 18," referring to the book. The officer then asked if the books contained similar images of other books, and if they knew of another specific teacher who might have the book, according to the Daily Beast. The book is an illustrated coming-of-age memoir, genderqueer, by Maya Kobabe, which has topped the banned book lists in recent years because of its sexual imagery and LGBTQ plus themes. During the 2022-23 school year, the book was banned in 26 school districts, according to PEN America. Over the years, our relationship with our schools, and I'm reading this article in full on this one here, and I got to get the link on this one attached. Over the years, our relationship with our schools has been positive and collaborative. So together we worked with the schools to try to navigate this sensitive situation, said Great Barrington Police Department Police Chief Paul Sortie in a statement shared on social media. If our involvement caused distrust and alarm, it was not our intention. I promise our actions were not meant to disfranchise anybody or influence school curriculum. Bullshit. According to the Berkshire Eagle, a local publication, Great Barrington Police told school officials that they had to look at the book in the classroom. They had to look at the book in the classroom. At the end of the school day, the principal of the school led the officer to the classroom, surprising the teacher. The search was recorded by the police officer's body camera. The officer was unable to find the book on the classroom shelves. Students and some school staff at the neighboring school responded to the search with a protest held on school grounds on December 17th, according to the Berkshire Eagle. More than 100 people, including students who identified as LGBTQ+, walked out of Monument Mountain Regional High School. A parent's petition had also been circulated, school officials said, and there had been numerous emails and letters from parents and community members responding to the controversy. On social media, many have commented on posts from the Great Barrington Police Department criticizing the search. School officials said in a statement that in hindsight, they would have approached that moment differently, adding that the district does not support banning books and is committed to ensuring that all students feel safe as we support an inclusive environment at our schools. Bullshit again on that one. School officials said that they will hold and schedule multiple meetings to explain what happened, gather feedback, and articulate shifts going forward. First meeting will be held on January 11th. We'll see what happens. In this case, the content was not the issue. The process challenging it was. We want to ensure that the students and staff feel safe and supported and that the families' voices will be heard. Yeah, right. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey also responded to the controversy, supporting the students who have protested the search. Book banning has no place in Massachusetts, said Healey. Our administration stands with educators who are committed to ensuring that their students have inclusive, comprehensive resources, and I'm proud to see the students are stepping up to support their teachers, their peers, in an inclusive learning environment. This story was filed by Carrie Breen, who is a reporter and news editor at CBS News. This story was filed December 28th, 2023, on the CBS website. Have we gotten to the point where we're going to be arming police officers with fire-making materials now? Are we going to be going into the realm of the Fahrenheit 451? Because we are making Ray Bradbury's book more of a reality. Or better yet, we're going to be putting up ourselves like what happened back in Germany decades ago, where they took books out of their own homes and burn the crap out of them. As much as I am for a bit of law enforcement at this point over here, but I'm more interested in the First Amendment rights and also in due process. This is not the research. It's what we're turning into right now, as it is. We are turning into Nazi Germany, and I am putting that on my video. We have a runner for the Republican Party, the top schmuck in there, who wants to do things like this. He wants to be a dictator for a day. That first day in office, he's going to be a dictator. Doesn't say if he's going to be the president or elected afterwards, just a dictator. Authoritative regime. And the followers that they keep posting on YouTube like crazy all support that shit, doesn't it? All the nice little programming crap. I don't like the gas bag, and I don't like the Trumplicants either. Anybody who follows or believes in this asshole is a Trumplicant. They're maggots. Maggots. They're not MAGAs. They're maggots. They come from flies, and they reproduce. The thought patterns concerning about this: controlling, dominating. People said there's a two-tier judicial system. No, there's only one judicial system, unfortunately. But unfortunately, we got the maggots in control, and not the liberal/libtards. Who are trying to make things a little bit better, but not more profitable. More profit stays at the top. The trickle-down theory again. But it doesn't stay up there. It stays at the top while we get to deal with the scraps. Is that how it works? But this is how our society is being turned out. We want to worship, throw away everything else we know. God and Trump at the same time. No, that doesn't work. And we're discovering that the hard way. We're discovering that if we happen to turn into the totalitarianism, we're going to be turning into 1984. At the same time, going into your homes and burning your stuff down because they can. Because people allowed it. And again, as I said before in my earlier videos, I blame voters. They're dumb enough to blame. They're dumb enough to listen to someone else's bullshit, and they don't have any common sense. They deserve the government we get that burns down their homes. And the guy who's supposed to support these people and protect them from the dark web people, they believe and buy into this QAnon bullshit all the damn time. It's the reason why we have a literacy rate that's going downhill. It's not I blame the technology. I blame the people. They want to be dumb. They want to be unintelligent. They don't want to read. They don't want to learn. They don't even want to be bothered. So they get the government that they deserve at this point. They get the lifestyle that they fight against. They want nothing to do with communist and socialism, but they're getting it because they had it snuck in there without them realizing it, because they're that stupid. And yes, I do blame the American people. Older generation and the younger generation. If the younger generation had more sense in their little skivvy brains, maybe they would have been understanding what the hell's happening around here. See, when writers write, they write for their own reasons. It's not just economics. They're trying to get a truth out there one way or another. They're trying to get their own viewpoint out there. And if you've been listening and hearing what these authors have been saying, some of them actually have their own points of view that may be conflicting with everybody else. But there's always elements of truth. There's always a little bit of a kernel in it, whether it's fictional or non-fictional material. And if people can't figure this shit out, even the youth, then maybe we ought to be all dumb. Because we sure as hell have forgotten our history, our literacy, our science. We have forgotten everything that matters to us, except for what someone else's interpretation of what our religious texts keep trying to tell us. And they've been screaming loud, but we just didn't bother to hear or read it. Nor did we care to, because our own interpretations were so damn far off, we didn't give a shit. I'm putting it plain and bluntly at this point. We're dumber than dog shit. There are other countries that are a hell of a lot smarter than we are. But we have the arrogance and we have the ego. Well, we deserve to be buried alive like the worms we are. Because we never bothered to get out of the worm stage. We never bothered to evolve. We never bothered to get out of the damn caves and understand what kind of world we're living in right now. You guys want to fight for your freedom? Learn about it. Learn what it is. Learn about history. Learn about science. Learn about literacy, art. Keep the mind open. Question everything. And screw the damn dogmas. Otherwise, you're going to get the world that you wanted to get, and you're going to hate it. And then you're going to blame the other schmuck for your own damn mistake. It's all on you. I've just thrown out a little bit of kernel of truth.